Resolution, please.
Item 11G, a resolution declaring it necessary to improve public streets and easements by constructing and installing on certain property within the city, street improvements, water and sewer lines, storm drains, lighting, irrigation lines, signage, and all necessary appurtenances, and declaring an emergency at the first reading.
Once again, I call on Assistant City Manager John Jones for comments.
After this resolution was posted, we did, in speaking with the developer, there is a not to exceed amount on the infrastructure agreement and on the petition of $200,000. Again, the intent is to pay for 100% or to assess 100% of the cost of the sewer and the water lines for the Alcor Senior Living Facility. The engineer's estimate is actually closer to $221,000. So I'd like to ask that this resolution be amended so that to increase the not to exceed from $200,000 to $300,000. Again, that gives us some room if there's some overages. But in any event, whatever the cost of the sewer and the water line is, 100% of the cost will be assessed to the property owner, and they have agreed to pay that.
So it doesn't cost us any money, or whether it's 200 or 300. So,
no.
Okay. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, the amendments, as I have copies here, and they've been properly noticed and distributed. The amendments were changes to Exhibit A and the infrastructure agreement that was attached to this resolution.
Okay. Karen Callis from Public Works, or admin, is there a comment there?
Yeah, just that we need to move forward this evening, and I would waive the second and third readings.
Actually, we need a motion to amend first.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Want to do that?
Would move to amend as per request of Don Jones.
Thank you.
Second.
Jan, thank you. Discussion, call the roll.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mrs. Varga?
Yes.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes.
Mr. Starling?
Yes.
Mrs. Blankenship?
Yes.
Mrs. Dale?
Yes.
Mrs. Caleb?
Yes.
Mrs. Dudley?
Yes.
Thank you. It's amended. Do we have a motion to waive? Karen?
So move.
Judy?
Second.
Call the roll.
Mrs. Varga?
Yes.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes.
Mr. Starling?
Yes.
Mrs. Blankenship?
Yes.
Mrs. Dale?
Yes.
Mrs. Caleb?
Yes.
Mrs. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes. That passes 8-0. And motion to adopt. Ed?
I move to adopt.
Tyler?
Second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes.
Mr. Starling?
Yes.
Mrs. Blankenship?
Yes.
Mrs. Dale?
Yes.
Mrs. Caleb?
Yes.
Mrs. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mrs. Varga?
Yes.
And that passes 8-0. Item H, read the ordinance, please.
Item 11H, an ordinance determining to proceed with the improvement of public streets and easements by constructing and installing on certain property within the city, street improvements, water and sewer lines, storm drains, lighting, irrigation lines, signage, and all necessary appurtenances, and declaring an emergency at the first reading.
You're busy tonight, Donnie. Go ahead.
Well, again, the resolution accepted the need and accepted the petition from the landowner that agreed to pay 100% of the cost of the improvement. This ordinance now allows us to move forward and to proceed with the improvement. Ask that it be passed this evening.
Thank you. Calling Karen Callips of the Admin Committee. Comments?
Recommending that we go forward again this evening, and I would make a motion to waive the second and third readings.
Thank you. Mr. Campbell? Second. Discussion? Call the roll.
Mr. Starling?
Yes.
Mrs. Blankenship?
Yes.
Mrs. Dale?
Yes.
Mrs. Caleb?
Yes.
Mrs. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mrs. Varga?
Yes.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes.
Passes 8-0. Entertain a motion to adopt. Jan?
Move to adopt?
Tyler?
Second.
Call the roll.
Mrs. Blankenship?
Yes.
Mrs. Dale?
Yes.
Mrs. Caleb?
Yes.
Mrs. Dudley?
Yes.
Mr. Campbell?
Yes.
Mrs. Varga?
Yes.
Mr. Lyons?
Yes.
Mr. Starling?
Yes.
Thank you. Item